What's up, y'all? I'm trying to see if we are live. Trying to make sure. Y'all, the dogs have been going crazy. There was either a javelina or a hog or something strolling down the street, and everybody just went crazy. All the dogs in the neighborhood thought, it was time. It was their time to shine, y'all. And I'm like, I gotta go live. So, y'all, I had to wait for them to get situated. Okay. So, but y'all, I pulled some ribbon. We're gonna make some bows. Nothing big or fancy today. We're just gonna make different bows for Halloween, fall. I just grabbed my 2 tubs that I had of stuff. So I'm trying to find us now. What's up, y'all? Y'all, like I'm telling you, the dogs went crazy, and I was like, what's going on with in this neighborhood? Y'all, so nothing big or extravagant today. I kind of saw Damon do this last night on Facebook, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make some bows on YouTube today. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're gonna make some bows today on YouTube, on the YouTubes. Okay, so y'all know I love to mix a lot of patterns and I guess textures, patterns, you name it, sizes. So I am just going to start pulling stuff together. So I definitely want to use this. So we're going to start off with a Halloween one. And I definitely want to use that. So those two, for sure. Oh no, where are you going? Maybe we'll use this fancy panty ribbon, as Coach Tanner calls it. Y'all, I swear one of these days I'm gonna get flagged for saying that. Fancy panty. Maybe that? I don't know about this, y'all. And I don't have 2.5 inch of this. Let's see, what do y'all think? Let me see if I can pull up the comments. Where is the brown and thin brown and thin? This one? This one came from Deco, y'all. All of these actually came from Deco at one point or another. So they might not have them anymore, but I do know all of these did come from Deco at one point in my creating. Let's see, so we've got, I feel like I need another 2.5 inch, but I don't have a 2.5 inch solid orange, y'all. I have used up all of it, I believe. So yeah, let me get my life together here, y'all. I'm kind of struggle busting this morning. My shorts are falling. Everything's just not fitting right today. I wore a t-shirt earlier this morning and it was like huge and frumpy on me. I was like, I'm not wearing that. Even though y'all can't see it. But you know, just little things like that. I'm like, get your life together, Jordan. So let's see. I got that one. Got 7/8. These 2.5 inch. And then this these 2.5 inch, and then this 2.5 inch. Let's see. It shouldn't be that complicated, and it's not gonna be that complicated because I'm not gonna let it be that complicated. We're gonna add a solid black. I think that'll still make a very pretty bow, y'all. So y'all know I make all of my stuff by hand, okay? So, but you can do it on the Easy Bow Maker if you want, if that's what you're more comfortable with. I just do them all by hand. That's the way I've learned, and that's the way I've always just done them, y'all. I've just always done my bows by hand. Oh, I forgot I needed these two. Okay, so I always start front to back. Now on your Easy Bow Maker, you're gonna start from the back to the front, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, y'all. But for me, like I said, I do front to back. So when I do front to back, that means I do my 7/8 inch, my 1.5 inch, and then my 2.5 inch. So what I'm going to do with all of these is I'm going to make a regular full bow, and then I'll make a half bow as well, yo. Okay? So it's gonna be a bow palooza. So we're gonna start off with our 7/8 inch. Yeah, and this is a classic Halloween color combination. Black, orange, and white. You can't go wrong with it. You really cannot go wrong with black, orange, and white. Like, let me just put that to the side, y'all. Let me see if I can. This is the wreath we made last week, and it was this color combination. So, but y'all, there's that black, orange, and white. Now on my bows, I do love to mix inexpensive ribbons with designer ribbons. All of these are actually inexpensive ribbons. So we are all good here on that. So I'm going to make a tail. And I'm going to say this tail is about 12 inches. So 12 inches. Then we're going to make 10-inch loop. So when I say 10 inches, y'all, 10-inch loop, that's the length from my left hand to my right hand. So that's the length of ribbon. So that's going to make a loop, pinch, and twist. 10 inches. Just like that. Kind of want to make sure that they're both the same size, and they are. Pinch and twist. Now this one is going to be about 8 inches of a tail. So normally on my bows, y'all, if you've ever noticed, I always have one pointing down and one to the right. One to the right, one pointing down. Okay, so that's our 7/8. Now we're going to bring in our 1.5 inch. And I'm making my tails about the same length. So this one was about 12 inches. So that's exactly how long we're going to make that, y'all. So we're going to just pinch that, stacking this right on top of that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 11 inches. So as I progress on my size of my loops, as I keep going, they're about 1/2 inch longer than the other. Okay, so these were 10. These are going to be 11. The black and white's going to be 11. Pinch and twist. 11 inches. Pinch and twist. And once again, I'm just going to make that about 1 inch longer than this one. Okay? So this is what we should have so far. We should have an X. Or if you're really wanting to, you can do the bow tie. And then you start forming your X. Which means X marks the spot. Okay? Y'all, I will tell y'all, I did have someone find some orange felt. So that's really good. She just bought it this morning. Some of it this morning. She's gonna find it. She's gonna go to another place and see. So then again, coming in with 11 inches. So the next set of loops, y'all, I try and make the same size. So these are 10, and then these two are gonna be 11 inches. Okay, pinch and twist. Now, if you're doing this on the Easy Bow Maker, you're going to start off with your larger ribbons first, and then you're going to work your way up to your smaller ribbons. Now, I will say normally I have zip ties, but I don't have any zip ties anymore. I need to go to the hardware store and buy some. So now I want to bring in this fun print, and this, so if these were all just regular, so these are inexpensive ribbons. Okay, I want to tell y'all, these are inexpensive ribbons. This is where I would start to bring in some of my designer ribbons. So we're going to consider this one a designer ribbon. This black and white Swiss dot fancy penny ribbon, this is going to be a designer ribbon. Okay, so we're going to bring that in, measuring the loops the same. And then we're going to measure out 12 inches. So 12 inches. And it's very important that you do the pinch and the twist. Inches, pinch, and twist. So, like I said, this is considered my designer ribbon. Now, I want that designer ribbon to peek through so you can see it. It also helps hold the shape of the bow. If you are using something like from D. Stevens or Fair Silk or any of those designer brands, that's going to be where you're going to want to put that, because you're still going to be able to see it. Look, y'all, you can still see it. It's very predominant. Okay, we have our X marks the spot, our bow tie, then this one. So y'all, this is where I would add my designer ribbon. Okay. Now, if you're a person that doesn't like designer ribbons, that's okay. That's where you can bring in one of the fun printed ribbons, like the, get my life together, Jordan. Like something like this, if you wanted something with the pumpkins, or like, let's say a bold print like the sunflower print. That's where you're going to bring that in. And then you can cap it off by bringing in some solid, just regular faux burlap. Y'all, I love mixing my faux, like, some people don't like it, but I love my faux burlaps, y'all. I love my faux burlaps. I tell y'all all the time, if you can, if it's in your budget, buy the 2 boxes. Buy the 2 boxes of 1.5 inch. I mean, buy the box of 1.5 inch and the box of 2.5 inch. You want to know why? Because you're going to get the most bang for your buck out of those, y'all. And I'm realizing the computer's in the way. Sorry, y'all. But now we're going to measure 13 inches. And we're going to make 4 loops of the black, of the solid black. Okay. And I'm realizing I measured that wrong. Okay. So, yes, 14 inches. And we're going to do 4 loops of this, y'all. Pinch and twist. Okay, so I'm making sure all of my tails are pointing downwards. We want to make sure of that. Really don't want these moving. So I'm going to tell y'all, this is where I would be using the zip ties. I am out of zip ties, so we're going to have to use pipe cleaners. But you know what, that's okay. So just getting some pipe cleaners. Right there where my fingers were holding all of that together. We are going to just twist that really nice and tight. Okay, so there we go. Y'all, all of my tails are pointing more towards the bottom, and that's okay. I know on the Easy Bow Maker you can point your tails going both directions, up and down. I prefer this way because a lot of the times when I add it in my wreath, This is the side that I added on. So let's imagine that this is my wreath right here. This is where I normally put it, right here in that bottom right hand corner. Okay, so I want my tails, so I can still move this tail up just a little bit, and this one down. So that's where I would come in and start dovetailing. Knife edge on that one. Yeah, when you fold it over, just like this, you'll get the dovetail. If you're new here, I mean, and then there is that option too of the knife edge. It doesn't matter what kind. It really doesn't matter what kind of edge you put on your ribbon. I like mixing both, as you can tell. Just fold that over onto each other. As our coach Tammy says, fold it like a taco, cut towards the sunshine. Okay, so now you can take your fingers, curl up some of them ribbons, make it nice and pretty. And boom. Boom shakalaka. So there is, let me just clean that up a little bit. And y'all, so on the next bow we're going to do, using the same colors, that's going to be my half bow. Now people have called it funky bow, whatever you want to call, whatever you know it as. Y'all, that bow I started using because sometimes I had a lot of scraps. And then I didn't want to use a lot of my designer ribbon. I was like, oh no, I am not going to... Yo, some of these ribbons that I spend money on, I'm like, oh, that's a $50 ribbon. That's a $40 ribbon. How can I stretch that $40, $50 ribbon? That's a 10-yard roll. So the half bow is what I came up with, just to use a little bit of my designer ribbon. But yo, look how pretty that bow is. I don't know why on camera, y'all, it seems like it's super, super dark. But it's really not that dark, y'all. I have all the lights on and everything. What the heck? It's okay. Okay, so that's the first bow that we did. Really great for Halloween. That's a classic Halloween color combination. So still using the exact same ribbons that we had out. Those exact same ones. So the half bow, y'all, is just a tail and a loop and a tail. That's all it is. Some people get confused with it because they're like, what is a half bow? Like, how do you make it? I don't know how to do that. Y'all, it's literally just a tail. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to measure out an 8-inch tail. That's our first tail. 10-inch loop. Pinch, twist. And then, let's see, a 13-inch tail. Bonnie, that is my absolute favorite Halloween ribbon. I know I chose that for a monthly box last year, and I'm like, dang, I really wish I had some more of that. So now, coming in, y'all, with my second ribbon, which is my 1.5-inch ribbon. Just stacking that right on top of each other, making it the same length. We're going to pinch that right there. So this is our first loop. So this was 10 inches. Now we're going to come in with 11 inches. Pinch and twist. Okay. So we're going to make our tails about the same length. So it's going to be about an 8-inch. So we have 8 inches, 10 inches, 13 inches. 13 inches, 11 inches, 8 inches. So hopefully this helps y'all. Now you can do the exact same thing on the Easy Bow Maker, y'all. You're just going to only do one side of loops. That's really all it is. So now we did 10, 11. Then we go up an inch, 12. Y'all, every loop goes up 1 inch. That's all it does. It goes up 1 inch. Ugh, that's all the ribbon I have left of that one. Okay, so we got our 10 inch, 11, 12. This is where we're going to bring in our star of the show. I'm going to pinch that. So we did 10, 11, 12. So this is going to go up to 13 inches. Pinch and twist. Making that about the same length. Okay. So then measuring out that inch right there. So those are about 8 inches. And then so we did 10, 11, 12, 13. This one's going to be number 14. This is going to be 14 inches, y'all. So that's going to be about a 7-inch loop. Pinch and twist. So for me, when I started, so with this bow, let me see, y'all, I have a little piece of ribbon right here. It's not very much, but this is where I would, if I had a 4-inch ribbon that had a little bit more length to it. Actually, this is not too bad. So y'all, this is, let's see how many inches. This is about, so, hold on, 4, 10. This is about 18 inches worth of ribbon, y'all. 18 inches worth of ribbon. Now, ideally, I would have wanted probably about 24 inches of designer ribbon just like this. Now, this is if you have a scrap. If you don't want to use all of your designer ribbon, y'all, you can put this in the back of that bow. Okay? So, just making a tail just like that, y'all. Pinching that together. So I think the confusion that a lot of people have is they think that when you make the half bow that you need to do one loop on your easy bow maker, that you do one loop and then you come and do another one on this on the left like a normal bow. No, they're all stacked on top of each other. So I would start off with my 4-inch ribbon just like this. Then I would do my 2.5 inch, my 13 inch, no, my 14 inch, then my 13, then my 12, then my 11, and then my 10. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then this one. Okay, if you're making it by hand. So just twisting that, making it nice and tight. Y'all, we don't want our bows to fall apart. That's why I do love to use zip ties. I do love to use zip ties, so I feel it cinches that bow really, really nice and tight, and I don't have to worry about my pipe cleaner. But now I'm gonna just go ahead, like normally this would be in the wreath, set it down just like this, and y'all, this is where we have all of our tails. Okay, so we have all of our tails just like this, and we start situating our tails. Okay, so this is my half bow. If you look at it, y'all, it's the right hand side or the left hand side of my regular bow, just with tails coming down. Okay, this is really great if you have scraps and you want to do bows for your craft show, or let's say you've finished a whole project and you have just a little bit left over. Y'all, throw that bow in for that customer, because some of them are appreciative, some of them don't like it, but you know, you can always just put like, hey, here's a bow for your mailbox or your where your light is, or your sconce, or whatever. Or here's a bow for your lantern if you have one, yada yada yada. So, but let's just say you finished an entire project and you've already, and you only have a little bit of ribbon left for a half bow. Don't use it up. Use up those scraps. So this right here, this black and white ribbon was a scrap, y'all. Ideally, I would have loved that tail just a little bit longer, probably about 4 or 5 inches longer. But you know what? It's okay. It is okay. You can still see it. So when I stick that in a wreath, it allows me not only to have that option of also having the bow in there, but when you stick it in there, y'all, you're able to focus on adding some more stuff into that wreath instead of trying to fill up a void with another big bow. Okay, so I've used half bows just like this, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, I've used half bows like this on the tops of wreaths. So I'll bring back that Halloween one that I showed y'all earlier in the same color scheme, but I'm going to show y'all the bows first. So this was the first bow that we made. The first bow was on the left, and then the first bow was on the right. So y'all, if you look at it, there's a considerable size difference, but this still packs a big punch. You cannot tell me that that does not pack a big punch. That really packs a really big punch. Would have no problem putting that in a wreath or a swag or on the ends of a garland or a lantern or whatever. But see, this is my full bow. So this is 10, 2 11s, 12, and then 13s. So this one's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then we have that loop in the back. Okay? So yeah, majority of these ribbons came from shoplikejordan.com. That's where I get a lot of my ribbons. So all of these came from Deco at one point. They may have come last year. They may have come out the year before. They may have just come out 2 weeks ago. Like some of the lace fancy painting ones that I have. I do have that just came in, and like this one right here, yo. This one was that one was brand new the other day. So no, I would not price them the same. This one is probably going to be $25, and this one was probably going to be like $30, $35. So, y'all, even if you're using scraps, still charge what it's worth, y'all. Okay? So, there we go. We've got those two bows. But I'm going to show y'all the wreath again, so I can show y'all that half bow that I used. Now, it's a little bit smaller than that one that I used, but when I made this wreath, y'all, I needed something right up here at the top. So this is a half bow. All the loops are pointing one direction, but how I tied it in there, I was able to make that make it look nice, big, and full. But y'all, this is a half bow. This is a half bow right here. All the tails are pointing one direction, and then all the loops are pointing another direction. No, it's live right now, Ruth. Okay. So this is a half bow in action, and this is a nice big full bow. Okay, so there is, of course, a difference, but that half bow really can fill up a lot of space in your designs. Okay, so let's see, what do we have next, y'all? I've got a song stuck in my head. So we're gonna do, yo, I love using this color combination. I don't know what it is, but I do love using this color combination. Where are you? Where's that dark one? There it is. And we're gonna add this. Yes, 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 yes. So I chose denims and blue and tans. Let's see. So normally when I'm choosing ribbons, y'all, I either have a sign or I know what's gonna go in the wreath when I make it. So I just go off of that. I know some people have struggle with, like, I don't know what colors go with what. Y'all, I kind of mix all the colors, being 100% honest with you. I know for patriotic designs, people are like, I can't mix royal blue and navy blue. I do. I mix it, y'all. I mix that navy blue and that royal blue. To me, it does not matter. Okay, so, y'all, this is a piece of ribbon that I have. This is about a yard left of this black and white ribbon. So if you have a yard, less than a yard, y'all, use it for that half bow. Use it for a half bow. Save those scraps, use them for half bows. Y'all, the half bow works also really, really great for gift baskets. Okay, so we've got our two 2.5 inch, and our two 1.5 inch. I'm gonna bring in a 7/8 inch navy ribbon, and that's what we're gonna start off with. Okay, so we're just gonna make our tail. Yeah, all of these videos are available for replay. Oh, y'all, I just noticed something. I never noticed that. Y'all, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner where my mouse is, let me see if I can move it. Y'all, I never noticed that. Totally random, I know, but let's see. Hopefully y'all can see it. But there's the little a little DecoExchange logo right there in the very bottom right hand corner. Oh, that's cute. I never noticed that. Of course, there's a little bit of a delay, but y'all, look how cute. I never noticed that. Huh. You learn something new every day, y'all. So we're gonna make two 10-inch loops. Make a tail. Okay. And now we're going to come in with our first fancy panty ribbon. I'm going to pinch that. Okay. So then we're going to come in at 11 inches. Pinch and twist. Yeah, it's really important when you're making a bow that you do that pinch and twist. So we got that pinch and we've got that twist. Okay, y'all, I'm already loving this bow. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, so I love using the blues, burlaps, and rusts for fall. It looks so pretty together. Y'all, this was RL3096. This was a 50-yard roll. Y'all, this was a heck of a deal. This was only like $11. So naturally I had to buy it. Okay, so this one was 10, 11. We're going to do two sets of 11-inch loops again. that. So I'm gonna get me, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get a designer ribbon. I'm gonna show y'all what I used to do a long time ago. Because I know a lot of beginners start out and they see a lot of people using that fancy designer ribbon, but they're like, oh, that's gonna break the bank. Hold on, y'all. So it wasn't too far away from me. Back in the day, a long time ago, in a fantasy land far, far away, y'all, I used to stretch as much as I could on my designer ribbons, and that didn't include like fair silk, y'all. It could have been a polka dot ribbon from Hobby Lobby or Michaels or something that I found on a deal. I'm like, you know what? I want to make that stretch. Okay, so this is exactly what I would do. This right here, y'all. And a lot of people would ask me, they're like, you only put a tail in there? Yes, that's all I would put in there, y'all. Is just that one tail of that designer ribbon. Okay? Just that one little tail. So that is about 14 inches. So I'm just going to say a 13-inch tail right in between there. You're going to be able to see some of that ribbon. Y'all, once I cut that up, so I want to add that rust orange in here. And that's the way I'm going to do that. I'm going to add it in by using this one right here. Okay, so we did 2 10s, 4 11s, and now we're going to do some 12s. I'm loving this denim ribbon, y'all. Like I said, these all came from Deco at one point. So we're going to pinch that. So we did 10, 11. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this one 12. Okay, so 12 inches. Pinch and twist. 12 inches. Pinch and twist. It's really important that you always do that pinch and twist. Even though this one doesn't have an ugly side on it, they're both the same on both sides. I always try and make sure that I do that pinch and that twist. Okay. Making my tail. Measuring that out. 12 inches. Pinch and twist. 12 inches. Pinch and twist. Okay, we're going to get our pipe cleaners. I am using 2 just because I want to be safe. Once I get to the hardware store and I buy some zip ties, y'all, I will go back and zip tie these together. Okay, so pointing my tails downwards. Making sure they're laying on top of each other. Okay, so y'all, while there's no tail of that orange in it, it's still showing and it still looks really pretty. Like I said, that's where I would be bringing in that designer ribbon, or maybe, you know, you have the absolute perfect ribbon for this, but you know what, you only have 14 inches of it left because you kept that ribbon scrap. Yo, that's okay. Look at that. I love the way that looks, personally. Just adding that little bit of that orange in there. Dovetailing our ribbons. I dovetail my 1.5 inch and my 2.5 inch and my 4 inch. I normally do not dovetail my 7/8 inch ribbon, y'all. But can you? Yes, you can definitely do that. I just don't do it, y'all. Okay, so there we've got our bow. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely. I'm just gonna take a little piece of this because it's gonna shed everywhere, y'all. If you wanted to, want to make it kind of rustic country, add some raffia, and I like to add this last into the bow. So I would just go ahead, make myself some little loops, just like this. And add this in. And now we've got like a rustic country denim blue with orange for fall, y'all. Look how pretty that is. That looks really, really pretty. Okay, so we did this, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to make a half bow using the same colors, y'all, and we're going to put that orange in it as well. Okay, but y'all, look how pretty. That actually looks really, really pretty. I love that color combination. This is a really pretty color combination for fall. Blues and tans and oranges are really popular for fall, y'all. I don't know. I think it's because that orange, if you use that bright orange, it really, really stands out. So don't be afraid to do that, y'all. So bringing back our same ribbons. Make an 8-inch tail. And then we're going to bring in a 10-inch loop. And then a 13-inch tail. So 8, 10, 13. Okay. $13, 11, 8. Y'all, this is really pretty ribbon. RL3096. I really like this one. I probably should have bought another roll of it, but trying not to be a hoarder, y'all. Trying to let y'all have some ribbons too. So measuring out 8. So we did 10, 11. What's next? 12. Pinch and twist. And then 13. So at this point, this is where I'm going to add in my tail of my orange ribbon, y'all. So just like that, peeking up just a little bit. Make that the same length. So that again is 19 inches of ribbon. Yeah, 18, yeah, 19 inches, y'all. It probably could have been 18, but that's okay. So just that orange peeking through. Gonna measure out. So if you see what I'm doing, y'all, I'm making sure my tail is the same length as this one. Okay? On every single. So that one is 8 inches. So we did 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to do 13. Pinch and twist. And just measuring it out the same length. So as you're making this bow, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, the key is you should already start to see your bow tails form its shape, okay, of which direction they're going to go. So I'm measuring about the same length. And now this one's going to be number 14. Pinch and twist. There's my pipe cleaners. So there we go. So just adjusting our ribbons. Normally, like I said, I would have zip ties, y'all, but we're gonna use the pipe cleaners for now. Okay, so making sure it's nice and tight. And with some of those designer ribbons, y'all, this one is a velvet, so it's a little bit thicker. It's definitely a little bit thicker than our normal ribbons. Okay, so that's why I love using zip ties, y'all, because I feel like with the pipe cleaners, yes, the pipe cleaners still work, but I've had a problem sometimes where I tie it too tight and it pops apart, and guess what? There goes all my hard work on that bow. Okay, so now we're just laying this flat. We are adjusting our ribbon tails. So there we go. That one's going to go down to the left, down, 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 to the right. Okay, so now we're just going to cut our ribbon tails. So I want to make sure that this one right here stays in the middle. Okay, not cutting very much off of that one. Actually, I'm really trying not to cut very much off of any of them. But you always want to make sure that they're all layered. So kind of like how women cut their hair and they want it in layers. Y'all, you want to make sure that your bow is also in layers. You don't want them all, you don't want that bowl cut. Okay, well, just think about it that way. You don't want that bowl cut, the BOWL cut. You do not want that, y'all. You want them all different lengths. Okay, so just adjusting that, and there we go. We've got our velvet right there in the middle. Try not to cut off very much of that. And then I'm going to get another thing of raffia. Y'all, raffia has a mind of its own. It does what it wants to. So, we're just going to go ahead and make that little bow right there. Finding where I tied my ribbon. So I'm definitely going to use these in designs for sure, because I really like the way these look. But gotta make sure that our so there is our bow. Y'all, like I said, these ribbons all came from Deco, except the Ferris silk ribbon, y'all. The Ferris silk ribbon I do buy from other places, but you can always find a good dupe. You know, it doesn't have to always be a designer ribbon. It could be just a ribbon that maybe you just have that's a printed ribbon. You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything like a pretty bold sunflower ribbon, just like that. That pumpkin ribbon, or it could be something just like this, a polka dot. You know, when I first started out, y'all, I didn't have the budget to go and buy the big fancy schmancy ribbon, y'all. That's when Sam's Club really came in clutch for me, because they had some of the patterns that I needed, but it was a 50-yard roll, y'all. It was a 50-yard roll, so I'm like, 50 yards? Heck yeah. And I still buy 50-yard rolls. I am not saying that I don't buy them anymore because clearly I still do. So it's a good 50 yard. I love a good 50-yard roll. That's why if you always watch me, or if you ever watch me, maybe it's your first time watching, yo, that's why I always talk about those 50-yard rolls of 50-yard rolls of the faux burlap, because you get the most bang for your buck with that. But y'all, look, there's our two bows. Look how pretty those look. Okay, so y'all, we did these two, and then we did two Halloween ones. Okay, so really nice, y'all. That raffia really adds a lot of texture to it. It might not. I know some people don't like the raffia because it gets all over the place, but I personally love it because it just adds that little bit, and just tying it into that center of that bow makes really helps. Okay, so we did the two Halloween ones, then we did a fall one. Y'all, let's end it with a fun Halloween one, like oranges and yellows and polka dots. Halloween colors. Y'all know I do love me some Halloween. Okay, so let's see. You know what? We're gonna add, because I did see these two in there. So we've got those two right here, y'all. So we got these two. So we got that one. Let's see. Oh, I really like this one. So yeah, this is gonna be just like a mishmash of Halloween colors. Where are you? There you are. And then I need another 1.5 page. So that's where we're gonna have our. Do we want our orange, or do we want lime green, or do we want purple, y'all? What do y'all think? So this has got all the colors that I would like to use. Let's see, purple. You know what, we're gonna pull the purple just in case, y'all. Okay, so really cool Halloween. Y'all, Halloween colors, these are the other traditional Halloween colors. Orange and black, purple, lime green. Really classic Halloween colors. So don't be afraid to mix these all up, y'all. Okay, so y'all, let's just get started. we're going to do the 7/8 inch first. Okay? And then 2 10-inch. So normally I start off with 2 10-inch, and then we work our way up every inch, y'all. Every layer gets a different length. Okay, but 2 10-inch is my standard. So that means that's my bow tie. That's my bow tie. Then we have, we'll start with X marks the spot. So measuring about the same length. We got 10, and then we're going to go up to 11. Pinch and twist. 11. Pinch and twist. So y'all, I want to be honest with you. I love this ribbon, okay? I really do love this ribbon, but the wire in it is not the greatest. But I don't want that to deter you from using that ribbon. So if you have a ribbon that doesn't have the best wire in it, y'all, you're gonna want to use that in the middle of your bows. Okay, you're gonna want to put that in there, because as you add some of your ribbons that have a better wire in it, it's gonna hold that ribbon that might not have the best wire in it up. Okay, so measuring out 11 inches. Yo, I decided to do the purple instead of the orange. And it's the same thing when you're doing your Easy Bow Maker, y'all. When you're working with your Easy Bow Maker, you're going to go ahead and start from the back, from the bottom to the top. I start from the top to the bottom because I do them by hand. But you always want to make sure, if you know you have that ribbon, y'all, this one, like I said, it is great, but the wire is really thin in it, and I can see it, but it holds its shape, but it doesn't curl like this one does. See, like how this one can hold its curl? This one really does not hold its curl that well. See, it went back to what it was doing. But you're gonna want that in between all of your layers. Okay, so now we're gonna get crazy with it, y'all, and we're gonna add this one in. And the same way, y'all, remember, treat this as your designer ribbon. Treat it, you know, just if you want to stretch your dollar, y'all, you can always just do this. You know, you can always make that. So I want to make that tail right there. So 10, 11, and we're going to go up to 12. Okay. Really fun. Hey, Rachel. But the same way, if you wanted to, you could treat this. That's what I meant to say. You can treat it as your designer ribbon. If you know you only have one roll of this, but you've got, let's say, 5 wreaths that you need to make with this one roll, y'all, you can make that ribbon stretch to that one. To stretch for all of those 5 wreaths or 4 wreaths, whatever you have. Or even if you're making bows for your Christmas tree, like for your half bow, that works really, really well for your Christmas trees, y'all. So you know, let's just say you spent some coin on some really pretty ribbon, and you only have 2 rolls of it, y'all. But you want to make sure that it's in everything. You want to make sure that it's in your tree, it's in your garland. Y'all, the half bow is going to be your best friend. The half bow is going to be your best friend, because you're going to be able to stretch that ribbon to all of those designs. Okay, and now this is where on this one you could have done a 4-inch ribbon as a backer, but we're going to do the solid purple faux burlap. Okay. So 13 inches. Twist. It is a fun bow. Okay. So we're going to get my pipe cleaners. Where are you? There they are. Running that right in the middle of that. I'm just twisting that around, making it nice and tight. Okay, so now this is where we're going to situate our ribbons, and we're going to start trimming them. So knife edge on those, dovetail on these. Now this is a really fun Halloween one. So then we'll do a half bow, and then that'll be it, y'all. Just, 3 different bows, actually 6 different bows. Same color schemes on each of them, but there's the regular bow, and then there's the half bow. Okay. So there we go. Nice big full bow. And like I said, y'all, this one it is a good ribbon, but it just doesn't hold its shape like these do. So that's what I'm saying. If you have something that you want to add in there that you bought it and you never got to really feel it, I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. When I buy my ribbons, I have to be able to feel them, or I have to be able to have had them before, or like I've had to have at least some of the same kind before. So that's what I mean by touchy-feely, because I love to make sure I touch it and I feel it. I want to make sure that those polka dots are nice, that ribbon edge is going to hold its shape. Okay, so there is that one, a really nice big full bow. And now we're going to make the half bow version of it, y'all. Using the exact same ribbons, the exact same ones. We're going to start off with our 7/8 inch ribbons first. I'm going to measure out 8 inches, and then we're going to bring in 10 inches, and then 13 inches. Okay. So we're going to bring in 13 inches, pinch, 11 inches, pinch and twist. gonna bring in, y'all, let's switch it up. Let's bring in some orange. No, let's just stick with the same color, y'all. Let's just stick with the same colors. Let's not get wild and crazy here. What am I thinking? 8 inches. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So 10, 11, 12. So all of my tails are pointing down this way. But you'll see as I'm starting to take, as my bow starts to take shape, you'll start seeing tails on the left and tails on the right. Okay. Measuring out our 13. So 10, 11, 12, and then 13 inches. Pinch and twist. Measuring that out about 8 inches. Yo, so I love making my half bow. That's probably one of my favorite bows to make. Measuring that out. Now we're going to do 14 inches. Make sure I only cut that ribbon. Okay. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this one's magical number 15. Okay. Pinch and twist. Make that look the same. I get my pipe cleaners. Holding those together. So ideally, if you have, I'm going to tell you, if you have 6 ribbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're going to want to make sure that when you make your bow, that you've got 3 tails to the left and 3 tails to the right, and all the rest of them coming down the middle. Okay, so these are all coming down the middle. The other thing I want to point out, y'all, is when you're doing your tails on the bottom, I want them, so you see how on this one's going to come right down the middle, this 7/8 inch ribbon. The same with this 1.5 inch ribbon. But you see how we have our purple? I want to make sure that that purple, since our tail is coming to the left, that our purple is going to the right. Okay? See how our tail right here of our pumpkin is coming to the left? I want to make sure that that's going to the right. Okay? Our polka dot is coming to the right. We're going to make sure that that one comes a little bit more to the left. And then we have our center ribbon of our purple. Okay? So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start trimming these up. Just trimming them up. I want to make sure that we are good to go. Okay, so this is definitely a fun Halloween bow. It definitely stands out. These are some more traditional Halloween colors. It's not pink. I don't know who said pink was part of Halloween, but they're really going to test my patience this year with the pink and Halloween. I feel it, y'all. I feel it. I feel like it's coming. Because I saw a lot of pink at market for Halloween and fall. Okay. So, do you always have to use in-season ribbons? No, y'all. That's why I say those 50-yard rolls of ribbons are so great, because you can use them all year long. All year long, you can use those ribbons. Get the most bang for your buck out of them. So there's the half bow. Let me just go ahead and clean this up real quick, y'all. Clean that up. Okay. So clean that up. But there is our regular bow, and then there's our half bow. Now, I want to tell you what would have taken this to the next level, honestly. For this would have been addition of a black and white. Now, black and white, it comes in a lot of different sizes now. But like how we did that 4-inch ribbon earlier, you could have added just that one little tail right in the back of it, y'all, or right here in the middle of it. That's it. Okay. So we've got our big Halloween bow of the traditional Halloween colors. So we've got lime green, orange, purple, black, and white. So that's traditional, what is more traditional Halloween now. Then we did just this one to me is definitely traditional. This is traditional black and white and orange. You can't go wrong with it, y'all. That's the color combination that you can never go wrong with. Okay, and then we did a fun fall color scheme, which was our denim blues and browns with our oranges. Okay, so y'all, we did 6 different bows. They're all using the same recipes. So these are a traditional full bow, and then these are half bows right here. Okay, so you'll do 2 10-inch loops, 4 11-inch loops, and then 4 13-inch loops on this. Except on this one, we put in a little strip of ribbon just on them. Okay, but y'all, that's really all I have for y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back next week. Well, you know what? I think next week what we'll do is we'll make something with some of these bows, because I definitely want to use some of these bows. And I think I'm going to do something with this one, this set right here, these two up here. Okay? So y'all, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is a little notification thing. You can turn on that little bell and you'll get notified when I go live. I don't have a set schedule, y'all, so it's going to change. It changes every week, just because I am also doing other stuff. So I want to make sure that that y'all are able to watch me. Okay? So y'all, but that's all I have for y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me.